start to form my style until probably the last few years. As far as, you know, the way that I dress, I like to pick things that are lasting. So they're not necessarily going to go away next season. So, you know, I wear my denim jacket because it's kind of always in, or I get my bright scarf for my boots or something like that. I do wear a lot of toned down colors, black, gray, white kind of neutrals, and then accent it with things that are, you know, like my bright scarf. I love doing stuff like that because it kind of gives me a nice palette to use, so then I can get accent pieces that I really, really love, and I can put my outfits together. You know, I'm not gonna lie, my style has pretty drastically affected my lifestyle. When I really started to figure out my own personal style, it brought out parts of my personality that I had kind of pushed down a little bit. You know, as a woman, a lot of times we feel the need to apologize for things or keep things subdued or be polite and quiet in a lot of situations, and that was never really comfortable with my personality, but it was something that I had let myself fall into. And so when I really started to develop my style, where I was doing these things that were more bright or more noticeable, it forced me to bring my personality up to that level. I felt like I truly was in my own skin and that my personality could then reflect that. And the way that I have styled my personality is after people who I find to be very inspiring, like Chalene Johnson. She's a fitness guru. If you've ever done Turbo Fire or anything like that, she is one of the most amazing people, so confident, and I have learned a lot from her over the years of how to be a confident woman and have that self-assurance. I love things that are more of a one-of-a-kind or small business feel. I definitely shop at bigger stores. I think my jacket's from Gap or something like that. I definitely shop at bigger stores, but lately especially I've been leaning more toward those boutique style type things, you know, vintage places I can get that very classic look with bold pieces to it. And where I work with high school students, my style definitely helps me there. Obviously I have to stay professional and all of that, but that doesn't mean that you have to lose your style and who you are in that, because going back to kind of what I said before, when you feel confident and comfortable in what you're in and how your outside is and how you are portraying yourself, then you do better work. I fully believe that. And so to be able to put yourself out there and dress your style and dress your passion, it allows you to be a better worker. I totally believe that. Who you are is unique and amazing and valuable. That's the number one thing. Because, okay, a little story for you. When I cut my hair, there were people that hated it, and they were vocal to me about hating it. People in my own family. Okay, my mom really hates my hair. but you know, it was a really interesting thing to me, because when I did it, I was going, you know what, I needed this. This is me, this is who I am. And then I had people telling me that it wasn't a good idea, and that was such a strange concept to me, and I won't lie, it totally hurt my feelings there for a little bit. But then when people started to notice that I was more confident, I was more self-assured because my outside was matching my inside, then it didn't matter anymore. You just need to be totally confident in who you are. There are no rules, and I think that it's really exciting to see things shifting that way, that, you know, you can be whoever you want, you can dress how you want, you can develop the style that best suits you, because that's the only way that you are going to feel confident and comfortable in doing what you're passionate about.
I love fashion, Fashion is one of my favorite things. I dress in a suit generally, but I've gone through chemo 3 times, and so that has really played a big part of how I dress today. I think that I tried for so long to be trendy, and it just really doesn't work. You spend so much money trying to be trendy and looking at the magazines, and then it doesn't match you. I fought it forever. It's my shape. Get over it. Not everybody's built like a model. I think the most important thing is learn to love your body, address your body, and fall in love with yourself. When I was going through cancer treatment, I was trying to figure out how, or I guess I just got bored and decided I was going to develop a style. If I survived, I was going to look and make my life easier and simpler. I picked up every fashion magazine I could pick up, and everything I liked, I tore out of the magazine. And then I started taping them on my bedroom wall. I drove my husband crazy. All the pieces I liked. And then all of a sudden I saw a style, and I figured out, oh wow, I like asymmetrical lines, or I like this line, or this is the kind of handbag I like, this is the type of shoe I like. And all at once it looked like, oh wow, this is all the same person, or this is the same look. And that's how I gravitated towards that style. When I go shopping, I discovered that I love Eileen Fisher. I've been through every single fashion magazine in the world, and I just looked through the magazines until I thought, wow, this is a designer that I really like. And another thing is too, is I had to consider the cost factor. And that's an important thing to think about. Buy quality. I always buy a quality piece, but at a discounted price. It's like the jacket that I have on, it's a $400 jacket. I would never pay $400 for a jacket, but it was a great steal at $29.99 at the rack. I've had the jacket for 4 years, it's still in style, and if you think about it, it was worth it when I wear it at least twice a week, and it looks totally different with the scarf or a different piece of jewelry. My colors, I stick to 3 colors. I stick to bone because it goes with my skin tone. You have to consider my skin tone. And I always wear black because it's basic and it goes with anything, no matter how I feel in the morning. I get up, put it together, and it'll go. And also red. I love red because it's bright and cheery. I was really lucky. I went to a class and they said that you should get dressed, look in the mirror, and the first thing you see in the first 10 seconds should be the thing that's a focus. And if you see more than one thing, if your eye focuses on more than one thing, then you have too many. So what I'm suggesting is find a style you like. And you know you've arrived when you come to work and everybody tells you you look great. And you're happy with yourself and the way you look. You have to feel comfortable in your clothes. And you have to feel comfortable in your style.
My style is really eclectic. I can go anything from jeans to formal, but my favorite is a little bit of everything. And I like to be prepared. I like to be prepared to go hiking in the mountains and then go walking into someplace a little bit fancier. And so I do like skirts, and I will wear skirts a lot. I just went to Europe and to Italy, and I wore skirts almost the entire time I was there because I like to be comfortable. And also I visited a lot of places where you didn't know how you're going to be expected to dress. I kind of do that on a regular basis. I kind of am prepared to go one way or another, although I have to admit I love my jeans, and I pretty much live in my jeans if I possibly can. Okay, I love to combine. I love to combine textures, and like for instance right now I'm wearing a really silky kind of dress and I'm wearing a denim jacket with it, and you can't tell, but I'm wearing black tights and 50 shoes. So I like to, it's almost like a costume, I guess, because I like to combine, and it's very personal. It's just me. So give me plaids and stripes and flowers, and I'll put them all together. And different textures, I love a lot of different textures. I am careful about layering. I'm pretty short, and so if I layer too many thick layers on, then it makes me look a little bit heavier. I also have really fat cheeks, as you can see, I have fat cheeks. And I don't like to add to that, so I'm careful about those types of things, about where I do the layering and so on and so forth. I'm probably not going to wear really big floral print pants because my legs are short too, and that would just make me look even shorter. So, but I do love to layer different kinds of textures and patterns and jewelry. I have signature, just I don't wear a ton of jewelry, but I like to find a piece of jewelry or a few pieces of jewelry and move them around and wear them different ways, layer several different necklaces, different styles and different colors and different types of necklaces. The color, it doesn't have to all be gold. I'll mix gold and brass and silver and put them all together, bring them together, and just have fun. I like to, well, before I leave the day, I like to look in the mirror and say, okay, that looks fun. Because, you know, I see myself more than anybody else, and I like to be around people that are fun, so. Okay, I am eclectic, and if you were to look in my closet, you would wonder what the heck, because I have so many different things. I have lace, and then I have velvet, and I have denim, and I have all of these different things. So one of the things that saves me when I go shopping, I hate to shop for myself. I love to help other people shop, but I hate to shop for myself. And so one of the things I advise other people to do, and I actually do it myself, is I do like to be a little bit trendy, but I don't like to be an old lady dressed in young kids' clothes. And so I like to keep it to where it's appropriate. I'll look in magazines such as People Style Watch or In Style Magazine and things like that and see what the trends are that are coming up. And then I'll either send the people that I'm going to help, or else I'll do it myself, to Nordstrom or Dillard's or Click, you know, some of the upper end stores. For myself, I'll look through these magazines first. I'll go and look in those stores, see what I can find that's in this area, because we don't have everything that comes in magazines. And then when I find it in those stores, then I go to Charlotte Russe and Forever 21, and then I have a store that I love on it's Center Street in Provo. It's called Unhinged, and I'll find those styles that I found in those magazines and found in the higher end stores. I'll find them there, and then I can choose what I really like that's coming up and not have to spend very much money, because in especially two of those stores, not Unhinged, but especially two of those stores, the clothes don't last as long, but if they're trendy, that's okay. So my thing is, if I buy something, I have to wear it once for every dollar I spend. So if I'm only spending $10 on something and it goes out, that's okay. I wore it the 10 times and it goes out. So that's fun. I kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for before I even go to the store, else I'll drive myself nuts. Well, I work on a university campus, and so it's kind of fun because I get to see, you know, students, what they're wearing and things like that, and it is kind of fun to, I'm not in an upper level administration type position. I don't have to wear polyester, I don't have to wear suits, although they probably would be happier if I did. When I go out and represent the college, I'll put on a nice jacket, but I still usually have jeans on. You know, so far I haven't gotten in trouble for that, but I try to make it look like I'm at least a little bit business. And then when I'm here on campus, I'm still a little more upper end. It's not real casual. It's a little bit nicer than casual, but to be honest with you, my casual clothes are very similar to the clothes that I wear to work, because I'm comfortable. And when I go to work, I like to be comfortable. And so I'm not even sure if I just answered your question, but I hope I did. I have a sister who is an amazing dresser, and she can also afford to be an amazing dresser. And so for a long time, I used to look at the way she dressed and think, okay, how can I make that work for me? And that works for me all right, and I'm doing that. But in the process, I've developed my own style. sometimes I'm biker chick, but always feminine. There's always something feminine about what I wear because I love being a woman. I love being a girl, and I love, putting that out there and having that. Like today, I am wearing a dress. Usually I'm wearing jeans, but I love the fact that I get to be a woman and express that in the way I dress. Okay, I went for a long time wearing huge jewelry. I mean, big stuff, and I thought that was cool, and it was really in style. But I'm much more of a minimalist when it comes to that. Like I said before, I wear more things that say who I am. I'm a minimalist, so that the jewelry is usually minimal. It's an accent. So if I have a few pieces of clothing that are an accent piece, then they turn whatever I have into me, into expressing who I am. I have a pair of boots, and I think in one of the pictures you have of me, I have some old leather boots on. I've had those boots for probably 10 years, maybe longer. Paid a little bit more for them I remember buying them. I was a poor student, and I just thought, I know I'll live in them. Well, I've lived in them. And anything I put on, when I put those boots on, whatever it is I put on just became my signature style. And so things like that are really important. They're wearing out. I've had them resold probably 5 times, and they're wearing out. That's what happens when you get really good boots, though, is you can get them resold and keep wearing them for a long time. And the same thing with certain jewelry. I just have certain jewelry. I love turquoise. I have a couple of pieces of turquoise. And when I put it on, whatever I'm wearing becomes me. It's about me. And my daughter says things like, "Oh, Mom, that's so you." And it's usually because I'm wearing something with one of those signature pieces that I have. The other thing is a sling belt. I have a leather belt that I wear with a lot of things. I'll shop in any store. Anything from DI, Unhinged, the store I talked about before. This is a repurposed dress. So this was a dress. I have no idea how old it was, but they will sometimes get things in there and they'll modernize them and then sell them. They're really inexpensive. And so I was telling you about the belt, or I'll shop anywhere. I will shop at those places. I'll shop at in the clothing stores like Lane Bryant. I would normally wear a size 4 or a size 6. But I'm not afraid to shop in the parts of the store that are made for women who are larger than I am, because I'll put that belt on and it becomes my signature outfit. I get more compliments on the clothing that I'm jealous of Lane Bryant. I will go in there and I'm like, okay, I'm loving these clothes, and since they're not necessarily made in my size, then I'll make them fit to be my size by adding something that is mine, like the belt or the boots or something like that.